Okay, ma'am, please start.
Okay, thank you. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, good morning, all of you. As per the schedule, today we have along with us Dr. Amandeep Singh. He is currently working as assistant professor at Gadwasu, Ludhiana, in Directorate of Extension Education. He has done his master's from Indian Veterinary Research Institute, Izzatnagar, and served as veterinary assistant services in government of JNK. His core area of work is information communication and technology, and currently he is handling two projects related to ICT. He has developed one website named www.veterinary-extension.com for information dissemination among different stakeholders in livestock sector. He has also developed five mobile apps, two information system, and one online MOOC program. He has published many papers, research papers, booklets, and books, and act as editorial member and reviewer in many journals. So, with these words, I invite Dr. Amandeep Singh for sharing his expertise in ICT application in extension teaching and technology application. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we start with today's discussion?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, at the very outset, I welcome all the participants from different universities of the country. And I first of all thank Pragya ma'am, the coordinator of today's training, and NATCL Baramulla for giving me this opportunity so that I can share my experience with the worthy participants from different areas of the country. So, as far as today's discussion is concerned, it's like ICT applications and extension teaching and technology adoption. So, when we come to ICT applications, the area of ICT, it's very vast. We start from 1927 when the radio was invented. It is also termed as one of the applications of ICTs because information was being disseminated through radio. Now, in today's world, in 2023, we have different applications of artificial intelligence. So they are also the applications of ICT. So ICT, it was started way back when the radio was invented, and almost it has earmarked the journey of more than 100 years now. So there are so many applications of ICTs in extension teaching and technology adoption. So we'll be discussing one by one each of them. And moreover, with the changing times, the extension ecosystem, it is changing because a decade back, very less of the farmers or the stakeholders, they were having mobile phones. But if we talk today, if we analyze today, we have data as far as the state of Punjab is concerned. Almost 90% of the farmers, they are owning a mobile phone, and almost 50% of them, they have smartphones. Now there is a paradigm shift towards smartphones, and when we talk about smartphones or mobile phones, or in general the telecommunication, the ICTs come into play, and this ICT sector clubbed with the internet penetration and enhanced telecommunication, they have changed the whole arena of extension teaching and technology adoption, be it farmers, be it students, or be it other stakeholders which are involved in agriculture or allied sectors. So when we talk about e-extension or cyber extension or ICTs, it is basically the power of using online networks, computer communications, and digital interactive multimedia. So in general, we can say that ICT, as I already discussed, that it encompasses the gadgets plus communication. So we must be having a gadget. Gadget may be a mobile phone, it may be a computer, it may be a satellite phone, it may be a radio, it may be any other gadget which is connected to any telecommunication network, be it mobile network, be it internet, or any other network. So, increased penetration of internet and increased usage of this ICT tools, they have led to boom in internet services. And whereas we can say that we have entered into the era of ICTs. Like suppose if I discuss what we are doing right now. Right now, I am deliberating on a topic based on ICT using ICT. Like I am connected to all the participants through internet, and all the participants, even I am accessing internet through my laptop. I'm interacting with you through my laptop, and you may be listening to me or viewing my slides through your laptops or computers or mobile phones. So all these gadgets over a telecommunication system, and we are using Google Meet app. Google Meet app, again, it is an application of ICT, and ultimately all these deliberations, they are happening over internet. So we can say that this is what actually cyber extension is. When we are using internet to communicate, it's called a cyber extension. And e-extension, it is like whenever we are using any online gadgets or softwares for communication. Now, this is one slide. National Sample Survey Organization in 2014, they conducted one survey in which they studied that how farmers are getting information. So 59%, it's a huge mark then, it's a huge percentage then. It may have, decreased as of now, but 59% of the farmers, they were not receiving any information regarding agriculture and other sectors, agriculture, livestock, fisheries, horticulture. So they were not receiving any, this is national data. So they were not receiving any of the information. 7.4% of the farmers, they were receiving information from private commercial agents, like the private companies which are working, the seed companies, the fertilizer companies which are working in agriculture sector. 19.6% of the farmers, they were getting information from progressive farmers, all those who have extended their field. And 11% they were obtaining information from state departments of animal husbandry, agriculture, fisheries, and Krishi Vigyan Kendras and state agriculture and veterinary universities. Whereas a huge chunk, they were obtaining information from media. And media, it included ICTs, it included online and offline media. So in 2014 itself, almost 10 years back, when there was less internet penetration, when the cost of smartphones and the cost of mobile phones, they were also very high. Till that time, still at that time, a lot of farmers, they were obtaining information from the media sources. But as of now, this percentage has subsequently increased, and research and the studies, many studies in various parts of the country, they suggest that almost 40 to 50% of the farmers, they rely on media, offline and online media, for obtaining information regarding advanced practices, regarding the new technologies which are being developed in the country. And ICTs play a very important role in it. Almost 20 to 25% of the farmers, they obtain information from using ICTs, be it mobile apps or YouTube channels or Facebook or in websites. So the every passing day, the utilization of ICTs, the utility of ICTs, it is increasing, and farmers are getting more prone for the usage of ICTs. Now, talking about the ICTs one by one. So I consider mobile phone as a whole planet in one's hand. If you're having your mobile phone connected with internet, if you're having smartphone, I can say connected with internet, you have a whole planet, and you can go online, you can Google it, you can whatever you want to know, you can simply Google it, and you can know what technologies are being developed, what farmers are doing right now, what are their demands, what are their needs. There are so many studies which can be read online, and you can get information about the needs of the farmers, the technologies being developed. Now, talking about the mobile phone usage, as of January 2021, there were 4.66 million active internet users worldwide, and which is almost 60% of the global population. So 60% of the whole population is on internet, and 92.6% accessed the internet via mobile devices. This is the reason I say that mobile phone technology is the whole planet in your hand, because 90%, more than 90% of the people, they're using mobile phones. And if I am saying that 93%, almost 93% of the people, they're using internet via mobile devices, it means that I am also talking about the 50% farmers which are present in these this figure. More the number of internet users, it means the more the number of farmers, they're also available online, and they are also using mobile phones. And what we extension is can do is we can harness this technology to reach to the farmers. Now, how we can harness, in the coming slides, I'll be discussing about various applications which can be created to reach to the farmers through ICT usage. There are so many applications of ICTs which can be created or developed for extension teaching and for technology adoption. Now, uh, I'll be discussing how the application can be used for teaching the farmers or other stakeholders in agriculture and allied sectors, and also for technology adoption. Now, majorly, as far as mobile phones are concerned, we have three major functions of mobile phones: SMS and calls. Now, SMS, it's becoming obsolete these days. Although M-Kisan portal, it was started by Government of India, but still more of the farmers with the usage of smartphones, they're using mobile apps now. They're using social media now, and social media, you know what social media is? It's Facebook, it's YouTube, it's WhatsApp. We have a whole new dimension as far as social media is concerned. But still, majorly the mobile phones, they are utilized by the farmers for three major functions. They go for calls, they go for mobile apps, and they use social media on the mobile phones. And the intending utilization of all these three features of mobile phone is to obtain the information. Information may be about the new technologies which have been developed, information about the new technologies in different sectors. Now, talking about the mobile apps first. Now, mobile apps are increasingly being developed by different organizations, institutes for reaching to the farmers in the local languages. And as far as mobile apps are concerned, mobile apps are basically of two types. The first is online mobile apps and the offline mobile apps. Offline mobile apps, it's like static interface. You develop the mobile apps, you put it on Google Play Store, and you cannot change until unless you have the code of that mobile app with you. If you are good at programming, you can change the content of the mobile app, and if you're not good at programming, you need to hire a developer for making changes. So as far as static mobile apps and offline mobile apps are concerned, a complete set of package, complete practice of package, you can say that package of practices, POPs, they can be developed as a mobile app, and they can be placed on Google Play Store. This is what the utility of offline mobile app. You can create it in your own local language, be it Hindi, Punjabi, Bengali, Kannada, Telugu, Tamil. So you can create all these mobile apps in the local languages because India, it's because of its rich heritage. We have farmers from almost all the corners of the country speaking different languages, reading and writing different languages. So what we can do is we can create package of practice in the local language. We can develop the same as a mobile app, and we can place it on the Google Play Store. This is one benefit of the mobile app. The other the other type of mobile app is the dynamic mobile app or the online mobile app. On the online mobile app, the benefit of online mobile app is we can make changes. The developers, they develop a platform wherein the changes like how we use our Facebook, how we use YouTube, how we publish the videos on YouTube. It is as simple as publishing a video on the YouTube. So when you have a dynamic interface with you, you can make changes in the mobile app. Suppose if we want to send some weather-based advisory to the farmers. So weather is changing almost every day. So you can change the advisory every day that the weather is going to be rainy, it's going to be hot, it's going to be humid. So accordingly, the advisory can be changed on the dynamic mobile app, and the advisories can be sent to the farmers. This is the benefit of dynamic mobile app. Whereas in static mobile app, none of the changes can be done. So these are the few icons of the mobile apps which we have developed at Guru Angad Dev Veterinary and Animal Sciences University. The first is Gadwasu Services, which gives information about the university, about all the colleges, the departments, the services we are giving to the farmers, their rate list, how much we are charging to the farmers, everything. It is in this particular mobile app. Then we have reproductive management of the animals, a little bit on artificial intelligence as well, on vaccines. Then there is one PPTAG, it's Pashupalak Tele Advisory Kendra. This is one telecommunication center which we have developed especially for the livestock farmers, and I'll be discussing about it in the coming slides. So similarly, there are so many uh, mobile apps which are there on Google Play Store which can be downloaded, and the information which are presented or which are provided in those mobile apps, they can be read, and ultimately the farmers can be taught with. Now, talking about the social media, now every other person on the planet, even including the farmers, the young farmers, or even the middle-aged farmers, they are on social media. And they're using social media for obtaining information. Now, this is the world map of social networks, that how familiar or how popular a social media is in different continents. As far as Americas are concerned, Reddit is being used, Instagram is being used increasingly in India, Australia, in uh, in northern and southern America. whereas Twitter is also being used in southern parts of Africa and in Europe as well. So this is this world map for social networks, and it helps us in understanding that which social media network is to be tapped for sending information to the intended users. If we are targeting farmers, we should have prior information about the networks, that what network is being increasingly used by the farmer or which network is popular among the farmers, so that we can use that particular social media network to reach to the farmers, to teach them regarding new technologies. And once the farmers will be aware about the new technologies, uh, today or tomorrow that farmer is going to accept or adopt that technology. But the point is, when we go to field and we talk to the farmers, we see that there are so many technologies which are which the farmer is not aware about. Even if I talk about the nutritional technologies, suppose if I talk about mineral mixture, there are so many farmers which till date doesn't know about mineral mixture. So what we can do is we can send the advisory to the farmers in the form of small leaflets. We can develop an online leaflet or an online banner. We can send it to the farmers through Instagram, or we can upload it on Facebook or in different Facebook groups. So we can reach to the farmers, and once the farmers shall be aware about the mineral mixture, definitely one day or the another, the farmer is going to use that. Now, these are some of the data or the stats related to social media, that how popular is social media. As far as Facebook is concerned, it is having 2.5 billion users, followed by WhatsApp, 2 billion users, then Instagram, 1.3 billion users, and Twitter, 396 million users. So, as far as the world population is concerned, 50.6% of the world population, it is active on social media, whereas India is concerned, almost the same numbers. The 50% of Indian population, it is also active on social media. And once, if I'm saying that 50% of India's population is active on social media, it means that a good proportion of farmers are also active on social medias, and they can be communicated by using this social media. Now, as far as Facebook is concerned, what we can do is we can create a Facebook page, we can create a Facebook group, and on that page, in that group, we can send different advisories by the help of images, videos, and even small podcasts we can create, and we can upload it on Facebook. We can do the same on YouTube as well. We can go for video interviews, we can go for this blogs, and we can upload it on YouTube. As far as WhatsApp is concerned, you know that there are so many WhatsApp groups which are being created by the farmers. We can be a member of those WhatsApp groups, and we can send advisories to the farmers. Even nowadays, the community channels, the community networks have been, there's a function started by WhatsApp. We can utilize that function and we can reach the farmers. Similar way, we can use Instagram and Twitter as well. But as far as Instagram is concerned, we have a limitation that only videos and photos can be shared. A less of text can be shared only with videos and photos. Whereas in Facebook and uh, WhatsApp, text can also be shared. But in extension, we say that picture is worth thousand words. So you need to write words. If you can create a good picture, if your picture is giving a good message, you can create or develop a picture in the form of a banner or a flyer, and you can share the same on different social media platforms. And ultimately, when it reaches to the farmers, the awareness level it increases, and it's a pattern. Once the awareness of the farmers it increase, then the farmers get attracted towards that particular technology. Then farmers searches on his own that and gains more knowledge. And once a farmer gains more knowledge about it, then he put the same into an action. And when he puts the same into an action, then ultimately he adopts the technology. So this is a pattern of adoption. Now, the first starts with awareness only. Now, this is what I was discussing about, that how we can use this social media for extension and advisory services. Like we can use this Facebook groups for sharing knowledge. Then nowadays, even the farmers, they are using Facebook for direct marketing as well. There are so many groups on Facebook, on based on different livestock species. Like the picture which I am showing here is pig farming in India. This is one group on Facebook, wherein the farmers, they are putting the pictures of their animals along with the price tag. Like they want to sell an animal, they are putting the picture of that animal along with the price tag, that I want to sell this pig at 12,000 or 15,000 or 20,000, and putting their phone number as well. The intended buyers, they are connecting to the intended sellers by this Facebook group. Then we have peer-to-peer networking, like there's one group of Punjab Animal Husbandry Department. So the farmers, they're dropping in their photographs, videos of the ailing animals, and they are getting replies from the veterinary officers working in the department. So this is also one of the examples of peer-to-peer networking. Then online demonstrations. Like as far as YouTube is concerned, what we can do is we can create a video of the demonstration. Like if we want to show the merits of machine milking, what we can do is we can simply shoot a video of machine milking. We can put it on YouTube so that more of the farmers, they can learn how to use machines for milking the animals. And ultimately, when we're using machine milking, we have to put in the merits of machine milking, that hygienic, it's more hygienic, and in less amount of time the animal can be milked. So online demonstrations, they can be shown to the farmers in the form of videos, and the same videos we can upload the same on YouTube. Now, this is one important project which I'm handling right now. Like we were having Kisan call center for agriculture farmers, but as far as livestock farmers are concerned, um, they uh, none of such platform was there wherein the livestock farmers, they can call and they can get advisories. If their animals are ailing, if their animals are not healthy, they can reach to the credible information at very less amount of time. So Guru Angad Dev Veterinary and Animal Sciences University, it started with the Pashu Palak Tele Advisory Kendra, which in short we call as PPTAC. And this is basically a telecommunication center whereby the farmers, they call us, and we have two manpower recruited in the center. One is veterinary officer and one is veterinary inspector. So this is level one. And in case the problem of the farmer, it's not troubleshooted at level one, then the call is forwarded to the university professors, which is level two. And ultimately, we take every possible care that the problems which are being faced by the farmers in the field, they are being troubleshooted by our dedicated team of VPTAC. Basically, this is a NABARD sponsored project. And as far as the mobile numbers are concerned, the dedicated numbers are 62832 and the other number is 62832 So even we are not only we are getting call from the farmers, but the veterinary officers who are working in the field, the scientists who are working in the KVKs, they also call us on this particular number and discuss their problems which they are facing with the professors of the university. Different aspects like university services, the trainings which university gives, the admissions, the livestock health queries on livestock health. So these are the major queries which we obtain using this Pashupalak Tele Advisory Kendra, and this is also one of the applications of ICTs. And we are using professional call center software in this particular call center, whereby we have a software. All the calls are, they get recorded. We get a daily summary, weekly summary, fortnightly summary of the calls. And ultimately, as of now, we are getting some almost 30 to 40 calls a day on different aspects. So in 2021 we started with this project, and we have also developed one mobile app regarding this PPTAG, wherein frequently asked questions by the different stakeholders, uh, they are present in that particular app on different aspects, on animal genetics, animal reproduction, medicine, surgery, gynecology, on anatomy, on physiology. So different subjects we have classified the questions in or categorized the questions into different subjects, and we have created this mobile app. This call center, it works and works from Monday to Saturday 9 to 5. But if some stakeholder, he or she is having any sort of query related to livestock before 9 a.m. or after 5 p.m., so in that mobile app, it is a dynamic interface whereby the stakeholder can submit the query to us. He can simply write the question he wants to ask and his mobile number, and that query reaches us through an email. And when the next day the call center it opens, the manpower which is available at the call center, they call the intended user and troubleshoot his query. So along with the frequently asked question, there's a feature in the mobile app wherein the farmers or other stakeholders can submit their queries to us, and the queries reaches us through this email. Now uh, we are planning to start a new feature of online appointment, as well as two or three other features in that mobile app, which will be helpful for the livestock farmers visiting Gadwasu Hospital for treatment of their animals. Now, the other initiatives for connecting with the farmers are video conferencing. This is in COVID times, we went for very aggressive video conferencings with the farmers. The trainings, they were conducted online. Then we can go for teleconferencing where 2 to 3 farmers, they're connected to telecommunication, and we can also send emails. But as far as emails are concerned, only the literate farmers, they can read our emails, or we have to create the emails in the local language so that the readability or the utility of that email, it increases. Now, this information systems, they were started way back in 2000, and still this information systems, as far as e-Chopal is concerned, it is started by ITC Limited in the central part of the country, and as of now, 38,000 villages in different 9 different states of the country. E-Chopal, it is currently being working. And basically, e-Chopal, why I'm deliberating on e-Chopal, because it was the very earliest ICT, the core ICT initiatives in the country, as far as agriculture and allied sectors were concerned. And ITC, it started with e-Chopal, wherein they started with the marketing. They established the forward and the backward linkages. As far as the backward linkages were concerned, the information on the seeds, the information on the fertilizers, they were provided to the farmers. And as far as the forward linkages were concerned, the marketing of the produce, the information about the different markets, they were provided through each opal. And the success story, this each opal information system, it's successful in its own kind, because every year the number of villages in which each opal it's being implemented, it's increasing every year. So as of now, 6,500 kiosks. A kiosk, it consists of a computer system connected with an internet. So it's simple. 500 kiosks, they are being established by ITC in 9 different states of the country. Now, this is one another information system. This is online information system, which I was a part of the developing team when I was a final student in BVSC. So we developed this information system called as Web Module for Scientific Dairy Practices, WMSDP. So it contains information on. This is basically an online system, and it can be accessed on the website of SCOSJ, Sher Kashmir University of Agricultural Sciences and Technology. So you can go online on this particular website. There's a farmers portal on this website. You can click on the farmers portal. You scroll down, and on the left hand side there are 3-4 information systems. The one is information system on organic farming, one is on dairy farming, and other is on broiler farming. So when I was a student at university, so we developed this information system on scientific dairy practices, and all the information about scientific dairy, be it housing, healthcare, breeding, health management, vaccination. So all the information, it is present in the bulleted points, and very less words, more of the information is provided in this particular information system. Now, this is one more information system which is available on the same website, scores.org. It is on broiler farming. So you can see the different pictures here. So the information, it is categorized on different aspects of broiler farming, like breeds of chicken, housing, brooding, equipment, diseases, nutrition. So all of this information, it is present in this particular information system. And if someone wants to start with broiler farming, or if someone wants to start with dairy farming, he or she can go online, get information on different aspects of dairying and broiler farming, and start with the business. Now, there are expert systems as well. There are information systems and there are expert systems. Now, the basic difference between information system and expert system is, information system is static. The information which you put in the information system, the same will be displayed to the farmers. Whereas as far as expert system is concerned, expert system make some calculation on its own. Then based on the input you have provided, it makes some calculation and gives output. Now there is a one step called as analysis, and this analysis, it is done by expert system, whereas the step of analysis, it is missing in information system. Information system is the simply you can say that the development or the arrangement of web pages. Now, one after the another, the web pages which will open on your command. Whereas the expert system, it's just like a calculator. 2 + 2 = 4. There's one thing at the back. There's a program at the back which is working. So, which is the reason it is called as experts. Now, there are two major examples of expert systems which is being implemented in the country. Now, what is one is AMCUS. AMCUS is automatic milk collection unit system, which is developed by NDDB. What it does, uh, based on the fat and SNF, we know that in the cooperative sector, the payments are done based on fat and fat, basically based on fat in the milk. The payments are done. So what it does, it analyzes the fat percent of the sample and ultimately submits the payment directly into the account of the farmer who is pouring milk in the society or in the cooperative society. And the other system is NADRIS, which is National Animal Disease Referral Expert System, developed by National Institute of Veterinary Epidemiology and Disease Informatics. So based on the data which is obtained by this institute, this expert system sends advisories. Like if we know that before rainy season or during the rainy season, there will be outbreak of HS or FMD, foot and mouth disease. So what it does, based on the data which is received by the expert system for the previous years, it analyzes the data and sends advisory before rainy season that the animals needs to be vaccinated for these diseases, because ultimately what will happen, the disease outbreak will be there and the livestock will be, there will be loss to the livestock. Now, web portals and websites, they're the two different things. Now, and web portal and website, they're basically online web pages which are used for obtaining information. The basic difference is, again, web portal, it ensures two-way communication. Like, it's like we can submit our comment and we can read comments. Like, if we talk about Facebook, Facebook is a web portal wherein you can submit your comments, you can post your comments, and you can read the comments as well. Whereas the websites, it's a one-way communication. Therein, only the matter which is being displayed at website it can be read, and none of the comments can be made. Like the official websites of any institute. Like if we talk about the official website of Kadwasu, you can only read what is present over that website. When and you cannot post anything. Like I was talking about the website of Kadwasu, here only the information which is being presented can be read, and none of the comments can be posted. Whereas Wet Extension, it was the web portal which was started by me when I was in internship in 2017. It is a web portal because at the end, once you have done with writing, once you have done with reading any article, you can post your comment as well. So this is a web portal. Now, enough. It is a website. So this is all about websites and web portals. Now talking about tutorials. Now tutorials, it is basically animated programs, 3D animated programs, and for learning purposes of the farmers. Suppose if you want to teach farmers about dairy farming, what you can do is you can create a tutorial, 3D tutorial, and then by the use of VR headsets, virtual reality. This is basically an application of virtual reality. So by the help of virtual reality or by the help of VR headsets, the farmers they can wear the VR headsets and ultimately they can see what is happening. So you can give in virtual reality, you can give them a round of how dairy farm look likes, how milking is being done, how the animals are fed, how the feed it is formulated. So in virtual reality, these tutorials are very helpful for this technology adoption and technology dissemination, because the merits, uh, when we talk about technology adoption, there's one core fact of technology adoption, that is relative advantage. Until unless the farmers doesn't gets or grasp the relative advantage of the new technology over the previous one, he'll not adopt the technology. So ultimately, these type of tutorials, they are very instrumental in helping farmers to obtain the first hand knowledge about the relative advantage of the new technology over the previous one. Because once you see, what we can do is we can create a tutorial whereas we can show the efficiency of the new technology over the other. And once we know, once the farmer gets to know the efficiency of the new technology, and ultimately he'll be able to understand it properly and able to adopt it properly. There are games as well. There's this Farm Frenzy game, which is available on Android Play Store. Here, a very the in the beginners, those who wants to enter livestock, this sector, or who wants to start with livestock farming, they can get sensitized. They can get themselves sensitized about what are the needs of the livestock, what livestock provides us with. Like he may be able to know what cows provide us with, what sheep provide us with, what poultry provides us with, and ultimately how these things can be value added. So these are certain games which are available for the beginners as well. Then we have one more ICT application for extension teaching. It is an addition to the already available ICT database. This is massive open online courses, the MOOCs. Uh, as far as MOOCs are concerned, MOOCs were initially developed for the literates, or for the literate stakeholders in the agriculture and allied sectors, those who can read and write in English language. But none of the massive open online courses were there for farmers. So Gadwasu, in its endeavor, it started with the first of its kind MOOC in Hindi language for pig farmers. Now, what these MOOCs are basically the training courses. The farmers who want to start with any enterprise. Let's say a farmer wants to start with pig farming. So what he can do is he can go online, he can get information or get knowledge about pig farming using this MOOC. And MOOC is basically a structured learning management system. It's a structured learning. Like at the end of one lecture, there will be another lecture which will be starting, and it will be giving you the complete knowledge about the topic. Suppose if we want to learn about different breeds of pig, so there will be one lecture about breeds of pig, and then that lecture, complete knowledge about breeds of pig will be there, and the farmer will be able to understand what sort of breed needs to be reared for starting with a profitable enterprise. And this is one of the another projects which I am handling. Now we are in a process of developing MOOCs on poultry farming and goat farming. And this year we'll be coming up with four MOOCs on in Hindi language only, on poultry farming, goat farming, value addition of milk, and value addition of meat and eggs. So in total, we'll be having five MOOCs by the end of this year on this wetmoocs.in. If someone wants to access this particular MOOC, this is free of cost. Whereas after giving quiz, a farmer or some other stakeholder who wish to obtain certificate has to pay a certificate fee of rupees 500, and he or she can download the certificate online as well. Now, remote sensing and GIS based mapping, it is one more application of ICTs in agriculture and light sectors. So, remote sensing and GIS based mapping, it is helpful in understanding the different hotspots and cold spots. Like if we talk about in the northern parts of the country, if we talk about western UP, Punjab, Haryana, few parts of Jammu and Kashmir and Rajasthan, the bordering parts of Rajasthan, we know that there's a problem of crop residue burning, which can be analyzed using the applications of remote sensing and GIS based mapping. What we can do is we can highlight the hotspots, that which are the areas which are burning crop residues, or which are the areas, as far as livestock is concerned, we can map the areas with high waste production, the high dung production, so that the intervention in that particular area can be done. And over the years, the waste, be it livestock waste or agriculture waste, it can be managed easily. So this interventions, it can be done only after using this remote sensing and GIS based mapping at a larger scale. If you want to go for intervention at a smaller scale, or say at a block level or at a village level, then we do not need this. Although at village level also remote sensing and GIS can be used, but for policy interventions at a larger scale, at a state level or at a district level, this remote sensing and GIS based mapping is very helpful. Now, At the very outset, when I started with the discussion, I discussed about artificial intelligence, that how artificial intelligence applications are being increasingly used in livestock sector. So now I'll be discussing about few examples of artificial intelligence in livestock sector, and how these artificial intelligence applications, they can be used for teaching the farmers, for teaching the students and other stakeholders in livestock sector, and also for technology adoption. Now, as far as livestock health is concerned, we have different applications for livestock health. Um, Although this application of AI, it's a whole uh, a new topic for discussion. It almost takes 1 to 2 hours to discuss all the applications. But in very briefly, I'll be discussing the applications of artificial intelligence which are being used in livestock sector. Now, the first is robotics controlled equine imaging system. We know that the radio waves or the X-rays, they are very harmful for human health. So, in Pennsylvania State University in America, they have a robotics controlled equine imaging system with zero human intervention. The equine, they are brought in by the robos, and the robos, they take the radiograph of the equines. Then we have canine patient simulator. In Cornell University, the students, they don't practice on real canines. They have to first clear, those who are pursuing veterinary medicine. They have to clear the course of CPS, that's canine patient simulator. After passing the course of CPS, they go and handle the true canines. Then we have thermal imaging camera for disease diagnostics. We know that mastitis is a very lethal disease as far as animal productivity is concerned. It reduces the animal productivity, and this thermal imaging camera, it identifies even the increase of zero point 0.1 degrees Celsius in temperature. And when we know that there is subclinical mastitis, the temperature, it increases up to 1 degree Celsius. And this thermal imaging camera, it is helpful for this diagnosis of subclinical mastitis as well. And this is one of the applications. Then we have use of robotics in reconstructive surgery. Like we humans, we cannot create the creations of God. What the God has created, we cannot replicate the same. But the programs in computer, they have the ability to almost, not precisely, but almost, they can reconstruct the grafts, the surgical grafts. So nowadays the surgical grafts, they have been reconstructed using robotics. And we have anti-stress ear tag for cattle, which ultimately which analyzes different physiological parameters, be it temperature, be it hello, am I audible,
Yes, yes, you are audible, but your screen is not visible.
ma'am?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
visible now?
Now it is visible.
Okay, okay, thank you. We have anti-stress ear tag for cattle, wherein different physiological parameters of cattle or buffaloes, they are being measured, be it temperature, be it rumination, or the steps the cattle is walking, the blood pressure, the blood composition. So all these parameters, they are being measured using this ear tag and ultimately analyzed using a software, and we can tell that whether the animal is sick, whether the animal is healthy, whether the animal needs to be inseminated now, or the current physiological status of the animal. Then we have pig respiratory disease package, because this is basically based on voice analysis, wherein the animals, whereas the pigs, they're having any pathological changes in the respiratory system, it gets detected. Ultimately, the whole farm can be saved using this software. As far as livestock production is concerned, we have automatic feed manager based on the physiological condition or physiological status of the animal. This automatic feed manager, it creates the feed on its own using different ingredients present in the farm. So we have 3D cameras to assess beef cattle, because we know that body conditioning score, it's very important as far as beef cattle is concerned. So this 3D camera, what it does, it takes into consideration the BCS, that is body conditioning score. And if the BCS, it's increasing, it alerts the farmer that the fat composition in the body of the animal, it's increasing. So you need to reduce the fat. And if the body conditioning score, it reduces, then it alerts the farmer that the animal body is becoming more lean, and you have to work on the nutrition of the animal. Now we have robocams for poultry. As far as the environmentally controlled housing, in when ECH of poultry is concerned, we have thousands and lakhs of birds altogether. And humans, they cannot analyze the health status of each and every bird. There comes into play these robocams fitted with the infrared cameras and other accessories, and they are used to monitor the health of the animal. We have virtual fences for controlling cattle in extensive system of dairy production, like we have what we have in European countries. The cattle, they are let loose, and these virtual fences, they help to restrain the cattle in a particular area for grazing purposes. We have AI based hydroponic system. We know that there's a net deficit of green fodder in the country, and this AI based hydroponic system, wherein the seeds, the temperature, the humidity, and the ventilation, they are maintained by this AI based hydroponic system. We have Dutch cattle expert system, wherein the different aspects of dairy farming, they are managed using this expert system, and it's one of the expert system what I discussed in the previous slides. Now we have applications for animal reproduction. The first application is smart collar for detecting fertility. These smart collars, they are fitted with accelerometers, and accelerometers, they take into consideration the number of steps a cattle walks. And we know that when the cattle or any dairy animal is in heat, the number of steps it walks, it increases. And based on the number of steps, this software, it makes some calculation and alerts the farmers that now it's the right time to inseminate the animal for better conception. We have face recognition systems for recognizing the animals. Like we have ear tags. Similarly, we have face recognition systems. We have cow guide analyzer for detecting lameness in animals, for counting the number of steps the animal walks, and for any abnormal changes in the body of the animal. Similarly, we have smart pedometers, and these pedometers also does the same work. It helps in heat detection, and it tells us about the positioning of the animals. Now, for hygienic production of animal products, like for hygienic production of animal milk and meat, we have automated milking booths, wherein the robos, they milk the animals on their own. The animals, they are brought to the milking parlors by the use of robo arms. The milking machine, it is fitted on the udder of the animal, and ultimately the animal is milked. We have milking robo for the same purpose. We have automatic milk cooling systems, wherein all of the milk, it is brought to a BMC bulk milk cooler, and it is chilled at 4 degrees Celsius. Then we have robo height pullers, carcass splitters, and small smart packages, in which there is very less human intervention and human touch, so that the products, they may be of good quality and of better hygiene. Now, for animal welfare, we have RoboFish. It is basically a simulator, a fish simulator, which is used for testing various drugs. And as many of the countries, they have their in their legislature, their judiciary has banned the animal trials for various drugs. So this RoboFish, it was invented, or it was manufactured by the Chinese companies, whereby the different trials of the drugs, they are being done. We have protection assistant for wildlife security, wherein the poaching. We know that the poaching, it's a very big menace as far as the wildlife is concerned. So the routes which are adopted for poaching by different poachers, they are fitted with the cameras, and ultimately, when some poacher it comes into the forest for poaching purposes, the alerts goes to the forest guards for maintaining the security of the forest. We have man's best friend. It's a robot dog. We have different softwares for minimizing drug testing on animals, and even there are few institutes which are working on voice recognition of the dogs. And this voice recognition and analyzing the same by the help of AI with artificial intelligence, we can say that in the coming times, even the dogs can speak. Now, all the examples which we discussed, be it the sensors, be it the Internet of Things, IoT devices, or the major cameras, or smart collars, when we integrate all these things in uh, a farm, it leads to precision livestock farming. Precision livestock farming means when we are using different devices, the different online devices, and the application of AI in our farm, it leads to precision livestock farming, wherein the inputs be it feed or fodder. They are precisely given to the farmers using these machines or tools, and ultimately the output which we obtain, it is transported to the consumer with good hygiene, and by the help of blockchain. Blockchain means when we are tagging, when we are time stamping our produce, and when it reaches to the farmer. So precision livestock farming, it's a in single slide. I have tried to highlight things. Although precision livestock farming, it's also a concept, takes almost an hour to discuss. So just to give an idea, this is one slide wherein you can see that there's a utility of biosensors, there's utility of blockchain technology, there's utility of Internet of Things, big data, and all these things provided together, they give rise to a phenomenon called precision livestock farming. Uh, I guess I have taken my time now to discuss the things. Thank you very much for your patient learning, for patient listening. And if in case any one of you have any query, you can please ask me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doksa, for such a wonderful, insightful lecture. I
Pleasure,
hope
ma'am.
the participants have definitely benefited from it. So now the session is open for discussion. And if anybody has any query, you can directly ask to the speaker, or you can post in the chat box also.
Any questions, dear